What's that, Skip? Seano's talking about Supercoach again. Let's go. G'day everybody, it's Seano again, and I'm back with some more Supercoach content. Today we're going to be doing our round 19 review video where I go through how my team did, what my potential trades are for this coming week, and my potential vice captain and captain choices. Before we get into it, don't forget we're trying to get to 300 subscribers before the end of the AFL season, so hit that subscribe button, and if you like the video, please leave me a like and a comment down below. Okay, let's get into it. The score this week, 2,542. Very nice score, pretty happy with that. Anytime you can get over 2,500, that's a pretty good score. Top 3% in the round. And we jumped 1,686 places to now be placed in a season rank of 8,244. So it's really nice to see some green arrows there. So very happy with that, and also extremely happy that we won our league, that the big league, my league that means a lot to me with all my friends. We won that league and it was very close. So we'll go into that a little bit more later on. But yeah, so a very happy week for me this week. Let's go and see how the team did and who the performers and the not so performers were. So if we have a quick look in the old back line, we've got Wanganeen Malira with a 149. He has been absolutely smashing it and one of my best trade-ins. Not only did I get him at a reasonable price, but he has been killing it since then. I would not be surprised if he was the highest averaging defender over the last 5 rounds. I would think that's a pretty safe bet, right, crew? We can't see here, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was. Zorko got a 98. I believe he had a little bit of a knock, so I guess we will take it. But, yep, 98. I guess it's almost 100. Almost all my defenders got 100. So we'll give him those 2 points and say he got 100. Sinclair, nice. Another good score this week with a 120. Happy that he seems to be getting a little bit more ball, and the fact that him and Wanganeen Malira can both do it in the same team at the same time. Even though Wanganeen Malira seemed to play quite a bit more midfield this week, which might have hurt one of my other players, Mr. McRae, down there in the forward line. But so that means Sinclair was a little bit more of the back line general again, and they looked for him a little bit more. So maybe their positions are swapped a little bit. Maybe Wanganeen Malira is going to be spending more time in the centre, and Sinclair is going to be spending more time in the back. It was kind of the opposite a week or two ago. Now maybe they're going to swap that around. Baileydale 109, nice, we'll take it. Whitfield 104, fine, might have expected a little bit more, but it's right there near his average, so we'll take it. And Caleb Mills, a 115, the roller coaster ride continues, 50 1 week, 100 the next. Let's see if this week he can string 200s together, but yep, very happy with that for the price that we paid for him. Bontempelli was my vice captain. Started off quite slow, was on -9 for the first 10 minutes or so. Came back to get a 126. So, and as my vice captain, I decided to take that score. So not too bad. Matt Rao 161. Well, not only this is a brilliant score, it pretty much won me my league match, which we will go into more. But he is definitely. Very happy with him, and could have been the bargain of the year. I mean, there have been some pretty good bargains this year, but since we got him at 450k-ish, I think he's got less than 100 one time, and he's scored a few big ones in there, so it could be the bargain of the season, I would say. Nick Dacos, 169. He was not our captain. We had the captain... we were thinking about potentially going Butters, but we took Bontempelli's score, so that was good that we did that. 169, we didn't think he would get a score like this after being knocked and beaten around last week, but he is the man. He didn't affect him very much, and came back and smashed a 169, so very nice. Congratulations to anyone who had the captain on him. More than likely he was going to be a captain option for some people out there, and they could have got that big score. Butters 94, started slow, got a tag, Actually started fast with the tag, and then he kind of had a couple of quiet quarters. So, okay, I guess, could have done more. I thought he was going to crush the tag in the first quarter, but he seemed to fade away a little bit with the Finn McManus tag on him. Brayshaw 101, well, he cracked the 100. Great game there by Freo to my Freo friends over here in Perth, beating Collingwood by 1 point. Pretty exciting for them. So still in the race for the finals if they can keep up that good form. Bailey Smith, 81. Not sure what's going on with Bailey Smith. He's not putting in those huge, big scores like he was at the beginning of the season, but we will live with it. Hopefully a little bit more out of him, though, in the next few weeks, especially with the run he's got. We would hope that we're going to get some more out of him. She's a 106 with this role he's playing. Anytime he gets more than 100, we're very happy. And Doherty didn't play the back role. I believe he started on the bench, which scared me. And he played, I think, maybe a little bit of back and a little bit of wing, but a 108. So we'll take that every day of the week, especially after we cracked it last week after he was moved to the wing and he only got like a 60-ish. So 100, that's very nice. That's all we could ask for a cheapo that we put on the field just to cover a rookie. Hopefully he can get me anywhere near that in the next few weeks. That'll help me out. And I think that's kind of the story of this week. The players that I got in, who, like the Mills and the Dohertys, which are my cheapo options, did pretty good, which helped me with my score. Gawn was on 20 points at halftime. You heard me correctly. If you were watching fan footy or the points, didn't see the game, but I was watching fan footy. 20 points at halftime. I was crying and thinking how I was going to have to apologise to everyone to saying getting in Gawn instead of Sherry. And then he got a 128, so 108 points and a half. And was just like, no, I'm not going to take it. So good on you, Gawny. Well done. English, he was my trade-in for Sherry. Only got an 86. He did have a fairly tough matchup against the Big O in Brisbane, the big Oscar. And, so hopefully he can do better than that over the next few weeks. Obviously, if you had gone super cheap and done what no one would have expected to do and got like a sweet who got 200, you'd be pretty happy with yourself. But I don't know how you could have done that with, I think it's only his second or third 100 for the year, and he's got lots of 50s and 60s. How you could have picked him and got the 200, I would have never known. Obviously, if you paid up and got Grundy, you thought that was a very nice 150 and would have been a great captain score for you. So McRae, 89. Yes, this was really weird. He spent a lot of time on the bench. It was like, you're resting the old man type of thing where Wangan and Malera was running around in the midfield. I hope this is not going to be a common thing. He could have easily scored over 100, and he just, spent a ton of time on the bench in that last quarter. Rankin, 97. Had to kick goals again to get this score. I'm still a little bit worried about the role, but he's in really good form and they're in a good run. So if you can keep getting, me around this score, that's fine. Warner cracks 100. Might be the first time in a long time. So well done, Chad Warner. Get yourself 100. So hopefully he can keep that up too. Caleb Daniel, 95. We'll take it. Petrarca, 89. We'd like to see a little bit of a increase from him too. He's not like he's playing part, forward, part, midfielder. He's the gun midfielder there at Melbourne at the moment, and he should really be scoring more than 89. And Darcy got an 86. Well, for a key forward, we'll take it. We know there's a spike score possibly coming soon. It could happen any day, but we'll still take the 86. If that's the floor, we'll take it. And Tom McCarthy got me a 71, so not too bad. And I believe for once, the Tom McCarthy score was my lowest score, and so that's the score that was dropped out, a 71. So, overall, I thought we didn't really go much to the bench. We had Clark got a 61. Johnson was the sub again for a 22, and Sims got a 38, which after he got 10 for a full game last week, we'll take the 38 every day of the week. That's probably about what he scores. If he gets a 40, I'm pretty happy. So thank God we didn't have to rely on any of our subs. We didn't have Rosie. We didn't have Nick Martin. Who else? We didn't have Torque Miller. We didn't have Jason Francis, so we were pretty lucky last week. I think there was a lot of carnage. Not much carnage this week. I can't really think of any players who were injured, which are in my team or who would be in a lot of teams this week. If you can think of someone that I can't, leave me in the comments. Leave me a note in the comments below. So that was a team. Very happy with that. I think this is probably about, without a miracle, the best we can expect our team to perform. The team's not fabulous. It's not awesome. It's okay. So people like Doherty and Mills standing up really helped us. I mean, obviously, we could have had a big game like out of a Butters and a Zorko and a Whitfield to try and push us up to one of those huge mega scores, the 2 6s, the 2 7s, or even the 2 800s, which people are scoring this time of year. But honestly, if you get more than 2,500, that's a pretty good score. And from this team, I'm pretty happy with that. So before we go into potential trades and my vice captain and captain choices for this week coming, let's have a quick look at the leagues. Because as we discussed, I really are into my leagues and I really want to win my league. And so this is what I'm playing for at the moment. So won both of them, but this is the one I really care about, the big league. Beat Brad, who is a good friend of mine, and I was kind of lucky to beat him, to be honest. Let's see if we can do the game day. He went for the... he's already got a good team, and he went for it and got Grundy in. And after the Grundy scored him, you can see here, he got a 306 captain score, and I was like, oh no, the game is over, because I'd already had... I locked in Bont at 250, and he had 50 more than me straight away. As you can see, we didn't have a lot. This is all of our unique players. We didn't have a lot of unique players, and when it came down to Sunday, I still really thought he was going to win, and really, Matt Rao saved me. Matt Rao's 161. I ended up winning by, less than 40 points. And so, if it wasn't for Matt Rao's 160 and Jordan Dawson not quite putting up the performance you would expect from him, I could have easily lost this one. And I was kind of lucky to win, really. I thought the whole round that I was going to lose, and in the end we won. And that has cemented my spot in the top 8. As you can see, there's one more week before Supercoach finals in your leagues, and I cannot be knocked out of the top 8. And that's a good thing, because I play the second best team this week. And I've already looked at his team, and I think it's going to be a pretty even match. So we'll have to see who comes out there. Potentially, if I win, I could be in the top 4, which would be really nice, because if you win that first week, you get a week off, and it really helps in case there's injuries or carnage in that week. So we're hoping that we can get a win this week, but it's going to be very close against the number 2 team. So super happy there that was the case. Now we're cemented in the top 8. We could have easily dropped out. If we had a loss this week and next week, we could have dropped out of the top 8, and that would have been a disaster. So not only did we get some green arrows, but we cemented ourselves in the top 8 for the Supercoach finals, which is, anything can happen. You can win, what it's like on Supercoach. Anything can happen on a particular day. So you can finish in 8th and come through and win it. Yes, it is just like in normal football. It is easy to win from the top 4. But, you could always go on a run. I've seen it happen before. And even if you finish in 8th place, you can still win your leagues. Now, we didn't do the King and the Joker. Ooh, Supercoach is like, oh no. Are we back? Yep. So the King and the Joker of the team. Well, I'm going to give the King to Matt Rao, because he saved my backside. I know Dacos scored more, and Wanganeen Malira was awesome. All deserve a mention. But Matt Rao on Sunday just went bananas and saved my backside in that league match. So he gets the King of the team this week, and I believe he got it a couple of weeks ago as well. So I think going on in future seasons, we might keep a record of who gets the King and the Joker, or we might even do, I noticed there's another content creator out there, Shorty Supercoach. If you haven't checked out his stuff, please check it out. It's awesome, and give him a subscribe. He does a 3-vote system where he actually does like a Brownlow for his team. Maybe I'll do that next year. It seems like a fun thing to do. Don't really want to steal his bit, but it seems like a fun thing to do. So if you guys would like to do the 1, 2, 3 votes, and then we'll have like a Brownlow night at the end of the season next year, we'll do that next year. So he got the king. Now the joker. Who gets the joker? It's going to be hard to pick out a joker this week. Maybe Bailey Smith. He's got a really good run. He was killing it. He got up to like 650,000 or something, and now he just can't seem to, he's really struggled. I don't think he's got 100 in a little while. How long since he's got 100? He had that rest. Yes, he hasn't got 100 since round 15, basically. So 85, 73, 81. Before that, he'd scored 100 every game except for 2 games, and he had some big ones, a couple of 150s, a 129. So I'm not too sure what's going on with Bailey Smith. He don't believe he was tagged or anything like that. I think it was just, I'm not too sure. I don't want to say a poor performance, but just couldn't get it done in the Supercoach world. Okay, let's go for trades. Trades is going to be easy. We are going to make no trades. We have 2 trades left, and we're saving those for our Supercoach finals. Now, we do have a little bit of a plan. Now, so if we still have trades available in round 22, when Cherry comes back, we might get him back. We might dump English again and get Cherry back. That would be a sneaky move with a few weeks to go in the second week of the finals. But that's the knockout week. So, first week's knockout week too. But the second week is also, if I make it through the first week and go to the second week, potentially if I got Cherry, maybe that might be a point of difference to whoever I'm playing. If they've traded out Cherry, maybe they don't have the trades to do anything about it. Hopefully they don't have the Gorney one, or the Grundy one. The Grundy. Hopefully they don't have Grundy. I mean, Grundy's killing it compared to Gorn at the moment. So yeah, hopefully they don't have Grundy. But I'm thinking that if I've got trades left up my sleeve, maybe that's a sneaky move I can do. I can get him back in, depending on how English goes. Or we could potentially go Grundy as well if we wanted to drop down like a Zach Johnson to a 99k player. But at the moment, we're holding these trades. You saw how we had the disasters last week with all the people out. That can still happen again. And holding these 2 trades, if that happens, if we get somebody gets injured here, we'll do a straight swap to swap, which is more than likely what's going to happen. So, maybe a Brayshaw gets injured. We're going to touch some wood when we say this. And we'll bring in a like for like, another primo midfielder to replace him, or vice versa for whatever position that might be. That's what we're holding those 2 trades for. We don't really want to trade at all until either we're in our Supercoach finals and it's like, if we get knocked out, it doesn't matter. Or we are, we're right up into like the grand final or the semi-final, and we want to avoid, a disaster, or try and do a manoeuvre, like say if somebody's got they've got a Gorn and a Meek or something, and I decide to bring in Cherry. Hopefully Cherry be pretty angry after being sitting on the sidelines for a while and fresh, and we'll smash a big score. That's the plan now, though, I said, like I'm saying, but it could just be replacements for injuries. All right, captain and vice captain. Well, I've already done it here. We won't go into it very much. Don't forget, if you'd like to see what I think are the best captain and vice captain choices and the potential downgrades and upgrades for this week, check out my trade time video, which will come out in a day or 2. And we'll go through all the best options for you guys out there in the community. For me personally, for my team, I think I'm going to keep it simple. Use the KISS strategy of keep it simple, stupid, or Seano. Should be KISS with 3 S's. Keep it simple, stupid, Seano. We're going to go vice captain on the Bont, who has a favourable matchup in Essendon at Marvel Stadium on Friday night. You expect Bont to, pretty much decimate their midfield. Hopefully he doesn't get a rest or anything if they're absolutely killing him. But I think it's a reasonably safe option, and he's got a history against them. So this year he's already scored 140 points against them in the game in round 10. So I'd expect another big score. And Dacos, I'm backing Dacos to back this up again. Even though Dacos seems to, it was a very close match against Freo. We know Freo won by 1 point. He seems to go bigger in the close matches. But he plays Richmond this week. So, again, it's a favourable matchup. I don't think I can... In my team, I can't see a better option. He got a 147 against them last year, and 100 the year before. So I think, coming off a 169, the fact he's playing Richmond, I think they're the best two choices for me. Obviously, there's the showdown with Butters and Port and Adelaide. Maybe Butters gets up for that game, or maybe it's a really tough game. I'm not too sure. I think I'm just going to go Bont into Dacos and go that way. Okay, I think that's it for today, crew. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video, make sure you leave me a like, leave a comment down below. And if you want to hit that notification button, that'll let you know when my new content comes out, as well as when we do our live video, which this week will probably be on Thursday morning. So keep an eye out. If you wanted to follow me on X, do that. Look up Seano Supercoach, and I always put a post out right before I'm going to go live. This week will be Thursday morning, I think. Like I said, so hopefully you guys can come and have a chat then. I really enjoy those videos where I get to have a chat with everyone out there in the community. So I hope everyone has an awesome week and a great day, and I will speak to you all again very soon. Take it away, Skip.